All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to both mics.
Hey, this is a show about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
And that is Mike Taylor. And together, we're both mics.
Both mics. Yes, we are. Welcome to show number 33?
32.
32. All right, 32.
Hey.
But both mics heard everywhere. Podcasts can be heard. iHeartRadio, Anchor.fm, YouTube, your mom's house, Twitch.tv/both mics. If you are listening to this, go to Twitch.tv, smash a subscription, let us know you're listening. So, Michael, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Doing well. Long week, crazy week. But, I have company over the house this weekend. My sister has come up for the first time since her coronavirus altercation. So, yeah, she acquired the virus back in March, but she's all well now, and she's finally come up to visit the boys for the weekend. So
that's nice. Good.
I get company. Cool.
Good. Well, I saw in the news here this week, and you know me, I like to get these things that nobody talks about, but Universal, they kind of came out and kind of were letting a lot of cats out of the bag here on this new project they got going on with the universe.
Universe,
yeah. Yeah, did you hear about that?
I heard some about it. I've been hearing bits and pieces. It was a piece of property that they had, down by Martin Marietta on there on Kirkman Road, Universal Boulevard over by the convention center. They had this huge piece of property there, 15 years ago, and they sold it. And I was like, what the hell are they doing? Why are they selling it? And I guess it was just the way the direction the company was going in. But lately, I heard they bought most of it back, and they're building Universal's Epic Universe. And they had a press conference today, right?
Yeah. They disclosed a lot of stuff. They told you kind of what to expect, like Super Nintendo World. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be neat. I mean, I just wonder, and I'm thinking they're going to go back to the, champion, the characters that got them there. Matter of fact, if you're joining us now, if you're in the chat, go ahead and tell us what part of Nintendo you think should be in the Epic. Let me hear you in the chat here. But, that would be cool. The Super Mario and the old school stuff, the stuff that's like the cornerstone of Nintendo. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. I got nothing.
That's awesome. I like the uncomfortable silence. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What I thought, you're all about video games, and you do the Madden, and you're into AE Sports and all that, and really, like, the last time I played any kind of video game, I think it was like when Super Nintendo came out, when it first started becoming 3D, and I was like in Toys R Us with my kid, and I was looking at this thing, I'm like, this is incredible. Like, almost like real life. This is unreal. I can't play this.
Right? Yeah, no, I haven't really played. I mean, I'm aware of the esports and stuff, and I haven't really played even Madden, and I'm going at least 3 years, probably 5 years. It used to be a thing you can hang out and watch a game and then play Madden on the other TV while you're sitting there with your buddy, and I think a lot of it has to do with I would sit around and do that with my brother or somebody like that, pop a few beers. Well, I've kind of taken away the drinking part of things in my life for the past 3 years almost. So,
right.
I don't know. There's some activities and some events and some things I find that alcohol was a bigger part of than I thought. So, I haven't been doing those things.
You know what I mean? The camaraderie of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Back in the day, I've never smoked habitually cigarettes. It was a complete waste of time and money for me. But I used to be able to, not used to be able to, but I would smoke occasionally when at a concert, and I had a couple drinks in me.
Right.
It's just the camaraderie of it, and without that, I remember the first time I went to a concert sober. And I was like, "This is kind of weird that I'm not completely shit-faced."
You're also more aware that everyone around you is shit-faced. You're like, "Wow, look at that guy. Was that me? Did I look like that last time I was here?"
Remember Jacksonville? Was it Jacksonville? What concert? or was it Tampa? It was Tampa. Motley Crue Tampa, and you brought the airline bottles.
Oh yeah.
And all you did is went and you got like 5 of these in the concession stand. We're like dumping them in. My kids were like, "What are you doing, guys?" Like, nothing, Jess. Nothing, Mike. We're good.
That was what we did. That was commonplace. It was understood to expect that type behavior. Yep. That's what we did. That's what I did. That's what people I hung out with did. Not that I don't hang out with those people anymore. I mean, we're sitting here talking right now, but I'm just saying it's amazing cutting that one thing out. Really changed everything else around it.
I remember getting a cup this size. This is like a 44 ounce from Buc-ee's, and like getting one in the morning and like, okay, I got to keep this because I'm going to the Motley Crue concert tonight.
Sure.
And then I would go get like a 6-pack of Miller High Life, for $3.13, and I would put 3 or 4 of the beers in here, and I would drink it on the way to the show.
Absolutely.
As I was driving down Interstate 4.
Perfect. And now I want to bring to attention to any law enforcement personnel that are listening right now. I'm sure the statute of limitations has run out on any of these crimes that we're talking about this evening. But
Correct.
Should you run into us in the future, just assume that we're sober and let us go.
Yes. All right. Heading over to the chat room, we got Neil E. Neil E. Isn't that from that Bruce Springsteen song? Neil E. Blinded by the light. She's saying Star Fox. It's
Star
just
Fox.
like real life.
That was a cool one, except the only thing I knew about Star Fox was I kept hearing that sound like Darth Vader breathing. Yeah, I did. It kind of made me uncomfortable.
I have not a clue what a Star Fox is. No idea. Star Fox. Does it involve airplanes?
The funny thing is most of the shows and stuff on Twitch here are shows about gaming. They're inside gaming and all this stuff, and we don't even know the basics. It's hilarious. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Right?
Hey,
Yeah. Up, down, 1, 2, A, B, left, right. Not a clue.
Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this John McAfee thing?
Yes. He. They finally got like an extradition doohickey-flicky document to get him from Spain to bring him back to America, and he like killed himself that night.
Oh, mysteriously, just like Epstein.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. It's amazing.
So be it. Right? Were the Clintons involved in this one too?
Well, supposedly leading up to this, once he knew the extradition was coming, he had tattooed on his arm that he wasn't he was going to be killed, and it wasn't going to be suicide. He told his wife, and his wife is lobbying that right now, that there's something up. So I think he's either in witness protection, or they got to him and they killed him. So I mean, it's all about what you know, who you know, what you know about who you know. And that could take you places, or that could take your life, I guess.
Well, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah.
Which should be a Mikeism, by the way.
Well, there you go. We're going to get to Mikeisms sometime. I don't know if we have time. Oh, yeah, at the end of the show, we'll do Mikeisms. But you know what? I think it's almost time for my favorite part of every show.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Uh-oh.
Hang on one second here. I've got all sorts of stuff playing here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hang on, I'm getting the button. You know it's coming. It's time for the alien update.
Buzz, look, an alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous to Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
And by the way, before we go too far on the alien update here, if everybody who's in the chat tonight is going to get one of these stickers, one of those both Mike's podcast stickers. I need to get them in groups of 5, though. So when we get to 5 people in the chat at one time, you're all getting a sticker. If we get to 10, then those 5 and so forth, okay? So I want to jump into the alien update here. And Mike, tell people that may be first-time listeners what the alien update is. Who are we talking about?
There's a group of people out there that are just out of this world. Yeah, they're just smart and in their own ingenious way beyond the average person. And we feel here at both mics that these people just can't be from planet Earth. Does that sound about right?
No, it sounds perfect.
We'll go with that. Does that sound right?
No, it sounds great. You know, Bezos is going to be going into space pretty soon.
Bezos and Spaceos.
Yes. Funny thing is there's a petition going around to keep him in space.
Okay.
I'm just mad I didn't think about it. You know, they got these petition sites like change.org or whatever.
Yeah. Is that where it's at? That's hilarious.
It's got 122,000 signatures as of this afternoon.
Nice.
Saying that that planet Earth should not allow him to come back into our atmosphere. He should not be allowed back on Earth once he leaves.
That petition reminds me of my senior year in high school. You know, you do your class president and your vice president and the treasurer of the class, you know. And essentially on your resume for college, that's a big deal. Hey, I was class president. Well, we voted in this freaking dumbass nerd as a joke. And he ended up being class president for the entire year, and he was just such a freaking nerd. It was funny as hell. But now he's a lawyer and laughing at all of us, so fuck him.
Nice. Yeah. Well, because he was class president, he was able to put that down on his application for college, got into a better college.
Yeah. Went to freaking law school.
Boosted his confidence tremendously that he could be a leader of men.
Yep.
Way to go. You helped somebody. You gave somebody a leg up. That should feel good, actually.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Now he's laying on the beach with his supermodel wife.
Yeah, I doubt. He's still a freaking nerd.
Well, you haven't talked to him since then? You haven't followed him on Facebook?
Well, yeah, we have common friends on Facebook, so I see his nerd ass on Facebook once in a while.
Maybe he's watching now. Maybe he's listening.
Maybe he is.
That would be awesome.
Rob, send us some money.
Yes, please.
Send us some of that Esquire money, buddy.
Well, listen,
Brendel pal.
There were only 38,000 signatures short of the goal of 150,000 petition signatures. So,
well, maybe now that we're talking about it on both mics.com.
Oh, it's going to go over the top today. I predict it'll go over it today.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's send Rob, my high school senior class president, and Mr. Bezos in outer space, and they could stay there.
Wow. Well, you know, Bezos is the world's wealthiest person. He has an estimated just under 200 billion at 199 billion, according to Bloomberg. His wealth.
How much?
199 billion.
Now, that's his worth, or is that the company's worth?
Oh, no, that's his worth. See, he's been gradually selling off his shares of stock as he goes and getting cash.
199 billion?
Yeah.
God, that sounds impossible.
No, it's totally possible. He's doing it. He's an alien. That's how he's doing it. Nobody's that friggin' smart on Earth. Now, let me make this clear. There's been aliens over our entire time of existence. They were the leaders of men. They were the people. They were the great philosophers. This is going back to Socrates and Plato. This goes to Da Vinci. This goes to just in our recent past, the past 200 years or so. This goes to Ben Franklin was probably one. Tesla, the real Tesla, not the guy, not the car, Tesla. Edison, Thomas Edison. I think all these people were aliens. They helped further advance our civilization tremendously. I mean, it's been crazy the amount of stuff we've been able to learn. I don't think it's possible without that extra intelligence, without the technology stolen from aliens. That's why they're aliens. No, we're losing people? Okay, screw it.
Yeah, I'm distracted over here, huh? What'd you say?
Well, you know what? We have a special guest here tonight. I do want to bring him in. He's been sitting quietly in the green room, but he's been flirting with the intern here, and I'm not too happy about that. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to go grab our guest, MikeStronamous.
MikeStronamous?
Yeah, right. Matter of fact, why don't you intro MikeStronamous for us?
I'll do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting night. We have a very special guest with us. We have the great visitor from the East, a famous safari guide, all-knowing, all-seeing, omniscient, and former electronic salesman from the Crazy Eddie at 4th and Lexington. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the great MikeStronamous. Hermetically sealed and have been locked in a
Hey,
jar.
hold on. You're talking over my intro music there. I expect respect. Go ahead and start over.
All right. Welcome, MikeStronamous. Welcome, MikeStronamous. We have been waiting to hear your infinite wisdom, and I have your envelopes right here.
Yes.
I do.
Yes. So what am I going to do with these envelopes?
They have been hermetically sealed and locked in a mayonnaise jar and kept at the top of Miss Tilly at Typhoon Lagoon since noon today.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
No. In your infinite wisdom, you and you alone know the contents of these envelopes. I present to you your first envelope.
Ah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And may all of your dogs have fleas.
Yes. May all your dogs have fleas.
No. I'm sending you a blessing, my son. I'm sending you a blessing. May all your dogs have fleas.
May all your dogs have fleas.
Yes. By the way, the first envelope you gave me, do you know what the answer to this question is in this envelope? There's a question in this envelope, and without looking at the question in the envelope, I'm going to give you the answer. The first answer tonight.
That's what I said.
Perfect. We're on the same page. The first answer tonight is John McAfee. John McAfee.
John McAfee.
Who was the latest Clinton suicide victim? Whoa. All right. All right. Not sure we want to go there this early in the bit. Talk about killing a bit on the first night. We're going to get killed. All right, I am ready for question number 2.
Envelope number 2.
Oh, thank you. Oh, hurt my hand going through that one there. That one hurt a little bit.
Sorry about that. Question number 2.
Yes, and thank you. And may both of your balls feel toilet water tonight.
Ooh, toilet water.
Okay, the answer to the question here is 2 tons. 2 tons.
2 tons. 2 tons.
Oh, this is low-hanging fruit here. What is Rosie O'Donnell's current weight? I don't know who this Rosie O'Donnell person is, but that was the answer to the question. Yeah. Remember, it's Mike_Sofka at bothmikes.com. Yes. Go ahead and give us the final question this evening.
Sure. MikeStronamous, I have your third and final envelope right here.
Perfect. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And may you stub your little pinky toe on the bedpost later.
Oh.
The answer to the last question, the final question of MikeStronamous this week is Surfside, Florida. Surfside, Florida.
Surfside, Florida. The home of my ex-mother-in-law.
Oh, this has to do with that building collapsing. Who has the cheapest beachfront property in Florida? All right, well,
welcome to Surfside, Florida. Yeah,
all right, that's it. That was ugly, that was disgusting, and maybe we'll see it again sometime. Until next time.
MikeStronamous out.
Yes. We had trouble in the green room. I was down in HR. Apparently, MikeStronamous is sexually harassing the new intern here. So
I totally understand.
Got that going for us here.
I hate when that happens.
So what did I miss? Did he hit some on the head?
Very funny. I think we should have MikeStronamous back. I should.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll put a pin in that one. We'll see.
I got more envelopes right here.
Nice. All right. Well, maybe next time. We got the alien update. And now we got MikeStronamous. I like him. We got Mikeisms, too. Those come at the end of the show, so stick around to the end of the show for Mikeisms. You won't hear these anywhere else. Bye. I'm telling you. All right.
Excuse me.
Where are we going next here? Oh, you know where we're going next? We might have to add another guy to the alien update, and that's Richard Branson. You know who Richard Branson is?
Yeah. I thought we were kind of... So is this like our version of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes. The alien update.
Branson.
Sir Richard Branson, you know, the guy with Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Galactic. Yes, he's trying to compete with Jeff Bezos now, trying to launch himself to space, and he's going to do that with Virgin Galactic first, he says. Now, Bezos is going up, I think, on July 20th, which, by the way, is the same date as the moon landing, July 20th.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, hey, no coincidence there.
Right? So my question is this.
Fruit.
My question is this: is Branson jealous? Is he like, I got money like these guys got money, or is he on the outside looking in because he doesn't have enough money?
Well, I don't know about that. The poor guy opened a cruise line a week before the pandemic last year when they shut down all the cruises. He literally had a cruise ship in Miami Harbor, right there on Dodge Island, and he was ready to send off his first cruise, and they shut it down. So, he might be hurting a little bit of money. He's got these two ships just kind of hanging out, and he's building a new terminal down there, which isn't being used. But I think it's more of an ego thing. You know, hey, I'm as good as that guy. Why can't I be in space? So total thing. What do they call it? I call it the Roger Bannister effect. He could do it. Well, I could do it too now.
Well, somebody in the know. This is all rumor. This is according to CNBC.com, so you know it's got to be true. But they're saying that Branson may try to beat Bezos by personally flying to space over the 4th of July weekend. Virgin Galactic has not confirmed nor denied it's considering a reorganization of its space flight schedule. This is yada 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 yada. So anyway, I think Branson's wanting to get in the game here. I think he feels left out. All the big kids are playing the game, and he's not allowed. He thinks he's big enough to play. He's tall enough to ride the ride.
Well, it's kind of like what we spoke about earlier with Universal. Now, Universal had this a big announcement today, and what did Disney do? 5 minutes before the announcement of Universal, Disney and the new Bob running the place. They've had Bobs running this place forever, it seems. They came up with their own press conference and tried to steal Universal Studios' thunder.
Nice.
So it's all about stealing the thunder. It's the ego. Whether you're corporate ego or a billionaire with this money squirting out of his ass. I could see anybody wanting to outshine Bezos with his Blue Origin and try to one up him or just pull his pants down and make him a little embarrassed.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to inject himself. I don't think he knows what he's getting into. I mean, Musk has got the space thing going. Musk has got cars going, and it seems that Branson's that little brother that Mom said I have to bring my little brother with me as we go out tonight. It's this conversation between Musk and Bezos there. But anyway, they're all aliens. They're just competing. They're shapeshifters they're different alien races, whatever. Speaking of that, there's insurance implications here. Like, Bezos launching himself into space is too much for some insurance. I guess because of where he's at in life, being he's a CEO and all this, he has to have insurance, and they have to have insurance because he's running these companies. He's responsible for other people's livelihoods. So with that being said, I don't know if he's going to be able to be insured because, quote, space tourism involves significant risk. This is according to NBCnews.com.
Well, that's like professional sports guys. They're like basketball players are not allowed to like go down the street and pick up a 3-on-3 game at the local park, because what they do is there's millions of dollars invested in these people. What was that dumbass from the Giants who was playing with frickin' firecrackers and blew his damn hand off?
Oh, he's with the Bucks now. He just won a Super Bowl ring and he doesn't have a finger to put it on. It's Jason Pierre-Paul.
He's like Haitian or something, and he was out playing with fireworks and blew a damn finger off.
Is that
there's implications? The insurance. I'll bet you in his contract it says do not mess with explosives or something to that degree that will jeopardize his profitability to the team.
Why has he got to be Haitian?
my comeback is stage, but that sounds bad if I say call a spade in this particular
Remember that?
I won't say that.
That's Mike_Taylor at bothmikes.com.
If it walks like a duck and swims like a duck and squawks like a duck.
Hey, I'm just it's just back and forth here. There was a whole article. Remember before I was talking about Bezos and how much he's reaped off selling his stock and everything?
You were talking about Bezos earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
No. Yeah, right.
I'm just busting your balls.
I hear you. Well, since 1997, when they had the IPO, Bezos has sold off or given away 3/4 of his Amazon shares.
Give it away.
Well, he gave away some. These guys have to do it. You saw Warren Buffett giving away a lot of his stuff. He's a major philanthropist. Now, Bill Gates proposes that he does that, but I think it's just for the tax write-off and for personal gain. Don't get me started on Gates. He's the Antichrist. So, anyway, he's married to Robin Williams. Have you seen his wife? Well, they're getting divorced, but they're getting divorced. We talked about this previously. I think it's for the disillusion of the monies, of his corporate involvement, of his stock ownership. We talked about the Enron thing. The one guy that didn't get busted was the guy that the judge ordered through divorce that he had to sell his stuff and split the proceeds. I think that's what it's about. Because if he starts selling off, you know what happens? The markets crash. Same thing with Bezos. So they need to gradually do it.
You want to hear a quick, funny Gates story?
Yeah.
When I was in the mortgage business, I had a mortgage company in Winter Park, Florida, right next to Houston's there on Orange Avenue. Mm-hmm. And the guy that was my partner in the mortgage company is a former general manager for hotels. And for over 25 years, he would go to different cities around the country and take a mediocrely operating company and bring it up to standard. Well, he was sent over to the Sheraton in Maitland. And
been there
at one point, yeah. And they had someone buy out the ballroom for a lecture, and it was a guy named Bill Gates they were going to have there, and they were afraid that there weren't going to be enough attendees. So the morning of the lecture, the guy went across the street to Clear Channel Radio and started talking to some of the DJs, and got on the morning show and said, "Hey, Bill Gates is coming to the Sheraton in Maitland to give a lecture. Anybody who wants to come out, come on out." Well, Bill Gates couldn't get to his own lecture because everybody and their brother clogged up every freaking highway and back road and secondary road leading
Nice.
to this particular hotel
Nice.
in Maitland. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know if they helicoptered him in or what the case was, but it was.
He's
it
a
was like almost
shapeshifter.
impossible.
He can walk through walls and shit. He made it. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it took him forever, but they made it, and yeah, the traffic wasn't the same that day in the Maitland I-4 area.
Oh yeah, they fixed it now. Have you seen that? Have you seen that exchange there?
I've come through there on 4, but I haven't gotten off at Maitland.
Brother, it's like you're on another planet. All of a sudden,
Actually,
you want to
yeah.
go this way. You used to go that way, but now you got to go this way over the hill. And if you haven't been in that area in a while, you're like driving like 10 going, what the hell is going on here?
After the movies episode of both mics, when I went to your house afterwards, I came and I got onto I-4 through Maitland, and it was dark out, so I couldn't see how effed up it was, but I'm sure it's pretty
Well,
bad.
it was really effed up for a couple years while they were doing all that crap, but it seemed like it was never ending. But they finally got most of it done there, and it's a freaking nightmare. It's if you have, I guess once you get used to it, it's like anything else. People are reluctant to change, so.
Yeah, and I don't know who these city planners are who come up with these great ideas to go left, to go right. It's almost like the jug handles in New Jersey. You got to make a right to go left, and yeah, there's some highways like at San Antonio that the architects and the city planners need to be chased with a stick. I want to make a left turn. Let's just make a left turn. I don't need to go.
I don't need to go around this shit here. And
Yeah, I don't need to go, on the wrong side of the road to get up to the right side of the road.
Yeah.
So, all right, I digress. So,
going back
next.
to the Bezos thing, he might as well be a congressperson based on this information here. But before I give this information, I want to ask you, how much do you think Amazon pays him in salary every year? Jeff Bezos, the founder, the CEO of the company, how much does he get in a base salary from Amazon?
I would like to be humble and think that he would not draw salary from Amazon, but God, and it's probably and like realistic. What do I think he should make being the CEO?
What does he What do they actually pay him?
All right, here's what I think they should pay him. All right, it's a great company. It's a company that when it started, I was like, this is a piece of shit company. This will never go anywhere. Who wants to buy books online?
From the Amazon.
Yeah.
Fucking rainforest books. What are we doing?
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay. Being a CEO of a company like that, I would say $1.5 million would be a good annual salary for any top CEO. Even though I still think that's too much, but to be comfortable in life, yeah. To be extra comfortable, $1.5 million is what his salary is a year.
$81,000 a year.
Really?
81. That's
Okay.
what they pay him. Now that does not include the 1.6 million Amazon pays for Bezos security. And of course, he's got an estimated net worth of around 200 billion, like we talked about, and 90% of that fortune lies in his Amazon stock holdings. And he's still got all his cash. I mean, buddy, it's no wonder he's going to space. Rocket fuel is probably the most expensive thing you could buy. He's like, fuck it, I'll take 2. I mean, this guy's got friggin' money that we only dream about, and God bless him. I'm not mad at him. I'm just calling him out. He is what he is. He's an alien.
All right, so $81,000 a year. That makes sense. But
It's like he's in Congress. They make like $100,000, but they're all worth like $20-30 million. How's that
yeah,
work?
it's all the speaking engagements that
Yeah, all the
money's
book
at.
deals.
Yep.
All
Yep.
the art we're selling. Stop. Stop.
Yeah, but well, if he's making $81,000 a year, how did you come up with millions of dollars to start this Blue Origin project?
Well, somebody told me a long time ago, and I don't know, I'm working to see if this can be a Mikeism, but when you start a business, never use your own money.
Oh yeah.
God bless him. Somebody paid a lot of money, and that's great. Good for him. Hey, he got it.
OTM. They talk about that in the real estate business all the time. OTM, other people's money, or OPM.
OPP.
Yep. OCC, WIG.
Aren't you ODC? Is that what they call it when you walk around like touching the doorknob 3 times and wiping all the counters?
OCD.
OCD. Okay.
OCD. You're counting ceiling tiles in the ceiling and crap.
Do you do stuff like that?
Yeah. Now, I'm not as bad as touching doorknobs and having to walk around the left side of a pillar instead of the right side of the pillar. Nothing like that. But I just weird math things.
Where does the line get drawn at being OCD and being superstitious? Because there's athletes who do certain things certain ways. When I was an athlete, I put on my socks and shoes a certain way.
Right,
if I didn't do them that way, for some reason I got distracted, I would stop and start over again. I mean, little shit like that. But to me, that was superstitious.
Might be a little of both. That might be a little of both. Is it sock, sneaker, or is it left sock, left sneaker, right sneaker? I don't know. How do you put your shoes on?
One at a time.
One at a time. Very carefully.
I'm usually wearing those slides. I'm too lazy for shoes anymore. I mean, we're in Florida, man. We're supposed to be on the beach. We're supposed to be sipping cocktails, watching the waves roll in, watching the sunset, eating fish, drinking cocktails with umbrellas and crazy straws and shit.
We went to the beach this morning.
Yeah, how was it?
It was good. But we only went just because it was a new beach and we wanted to see it. A new beach.
I was just gonna come back with a new beach.
I know exactly where you're going. The company I work for, I would lose a floating holiday at the end of the month if I didn't take it. So I took it today, and Brenda took a day too.
Good.
So we did what any good parents would do: is we sent the kids to preschool anyway, and went out for breakfast.
Good for you.
And we went to a place on A1A called the Colony Restaurant. No, the Colony.
Yeah.
It's Connolly, the Connolly Restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was a mom and pop place. I had an omelet. It was really good. Hash browns were awesome. Food was good. And it was literally like a block or two from the beach. And it was the beach that you could drive on. So we went over, and we didn't drive on the beach because you have to buy like a $50 pass for the year.
Oh, you can't just day park on the beach.
Yeah, we can. It was like $4 or something, but we only wanted to check like the integrity of the beach.
Sure.
In comparison to the other beaches, so we went out. We just the parking lot, parked the car, walked down, talked to the guy at the gate a little bit, and checked out the beach. Very nice beach, Crescent Beach, Butler Beach area.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Just south of St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Nicest beach I've seen so far in the area. So what's hot in Florida? What's hot in St. Augustine?
There you go.
Butler Beach. Check it out. They recommend you have a four-wheel drive vehicle if you want to go on the beach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've made that mistake once. I mean, used to be years ago, you could drive just about anything on the beach, but I think the way they're managing or maintaining it, and the sand is... the one time I went, I was like... That sign's not for me. That's for somebody else.
That's for those
Just
people.
for those people. That's not for me. So I took my Buick out on the beach, and it wasn't a matter of traction. It was a matter of the seeping of the vehicle and the car actually bottoming out, underneath. So I had to get somebody in a 4x4 truck to pull me out. It was funny.
Wow.
Made friends real quick in that situation. Storm was coming in. It was bad. They found a dragon man.
A dragon man?
Yes, a dragon man.
Is he part of this new Epic Universal thing?
No, but it's
apparently not.
No. But I'm pulling this up here. This is according to ScienceMag.org. There's a stunning dragon man skull, maybe an elusive Denisovan or a species of human. Yada 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 stuff. Science talk.
Of human?
Science talk. They found this skull, and it makes them think that maybe it's a connection, and they think that this skull may have had dragon-like properties, like maybe it was a dinosaur type thing, but it was human as well.
Really? The missing link.
Yeah, it could have been. And here I thought the missing link was Rosie O'Donnell.
2 tons of fun.
Buddy, you like how I went back to that? Go back.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it, go back to that, folks. Rewind. Go back to that. You're going to like that a lot.
Where I come from, they call that OCD, not OCD, ADD.
ADD.
You lose track and you're wandering.
Here's
like
the deal. Here's the deal.
Full circle.
I know they can do a lot with carbon dating and all this other stuff, but how do they know that this skull is 55,000 years old and this one's 2,000 years old? I mean, if you look at that picture that's up on our live feed here on twitch.tv/both mics, and if you look at the video on YouTube or wherever you're finding it, you see how it's got those giant eyebrows, like that protruding forehead thing.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed.
Like a Frankenstein thing, flat and a big bulbous thing there, like a Cro-Magnon or a caveman or something.
It's like a Latina woman at a dance party.
Why does she got to be Latina?
Because that's what they do to their damn eyebrows.
Mike_Taylor at bothmikes.com.
Bothmikes.com.
Yeah, you ever see those chicks that go to the eyebrow place? You seen that place? You've seen those places where they do the eyebrows?
Yeah. Yep.
There's places now that's all they do. They do eyebrows.
Yeah. Yep. And what's funny is I have a buddy in San Antonio who's a comedian, and in his routine was a joke about these women with these eyebrows. And what's funny is he got a girlfriend recently. And when I saw a picture of her, I had to comment, well, there goes all those jokes about eyebrows. And he was like, yeah, pump the brakes, buddy. Stay in your lane, pump the brakes. And now they're having a baby boy.
So you're not writing for him now? You're not writing his jokes?
No, not writing for him. But check him out, Todd Larson. Todd the Gooch Larson. Check him out on YouTube. He's actually pretty funny.
All right.
One of my favorite jokes is when a heckler started just kind of talking in the middle of his program, and told her to shut up, and she wouldn't stop talking. And he's like, you're like a shaving cut that won't stop bleeding.
He's putting the toilet tissue on it.
Yeah. And then his next line was, if I smother you with fucking toilet paper, will you shut the fuck up?
Okay, we got to have this guy on the show. Let me get this crap cleaned up here on the show so we can run this a little better, and we'll get him on the show. That's awesome stuff. I like that.
Todd is great.
I like that. So, what's your thoughts on this? Do you think that this could be a missing link thing just from looking at those protruding eyebrows?
Anything's possible. Do we know what our skull looks like underneath here? Do we have any kind of protrusion here? Maybe a slight. It's nowhere near as bad as that. That almost looks comical. But it's very. Is the one on the right there a side view?
Yes, just in the eyebrow area there.
Yeah, it's very possible. Now, what I'm confused about is they have that one piece of skull. It's not even a full skull.
Right.
How can they determine that this particular person, human species, whatever, had dragon-like features? That's what I would like to know.
They say the Dragon Man, the newest member of the human family, lived more than 146,000 years ago. Again, that's why I question this. I mean, I'm trusting the scholars who are studying these things, and I know it's an if this, then that type thing with a flow chart, and, they're looking for certain clues and everything. But
you're trusting them? You're trusting them to
unfortunately.
Yeah. Does it really freaking matter?
Well, yeah, the good news here, this wasn't done by Dr. Fauci. So, I mean, this is probably real. But, I got to get my sound effects going here.
Right. Hey, got a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had... Let's see if I can get these. Have you ever had these... look at that. These little cake...
No, looks pretty cool, though. Are they good?
Oh. This is a very popular Italian cookie you can get in New York.
All right.
And now you can get them at Publix.
Really? Are they frozen or what?
No, dude, they are fresh.
Would they be better frozen, you think?
What's that?
Would they be good frozen? Or better frozen?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But this is the shit.
Well, being we've given them a shameless plug, let's get a hold of those folks and see if they'll send us a check.
The original cake bites. All the cake in just one bite. Classic Italian rainbow cookies. Look, kosher for Passover. Speaking of which, I saw Hasidic Jews in frickin' St. Augustine yesterday. Orthodox Jews.
Mike_Taylor at bothmikes.com. Where are you going with this? What am I supposed to do with that? It's like you're tossing me these softballs all show, and then all of a sudden you take a high one inside. Strike two. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
It's bizarre because they have the little tassels they put on their belt loops.
Yeah.
They have the little yarmulke. They have the curlies, and they always dress the same.
Right.
And then they come to Florida, and they try to act like they are not these particular, overly religious people.
So they're wearing a yarmulke and a tank top, or what? I mean.
Yeah, no, they're just wearing like regular clothes. They're trying to like blend in.
Okay.
And it doesn't work.
So is there a convention or something? What are you getting at here? Have you just seen?
Maybe
that's just your neighborhood or what? I mean,
they were parked at Wendy's, and I just thought it was kind of weird. So, yeah, don't mind me. Mike_Taylor. Mike_Taylor at Mike Stuff.
How many different groups have we offended today? We're equal opportunity offenders. We will offend everyone.
Nice. Rip the knob off. Yeah. Get off my lawn. Let's get home.
We're laughing and having fun. Let me show you this building. If you're looking at the video, this is that apartment building in Miami, in Surfside area that collapsed.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's over 100 people still unidentified or unaccounted for. Several
159. Dead. As of the news this evening, 159 people, 12-story building right on the beach in Surfside, which is north of like Miami Beach. My previous wife, her mother literally lived a quarter mile up the road right on the beach there. At first I thought it was just the facade of that one section that had gone away, but literally a third to a half of that building is gone. And if you get to see like a close-up picture, look at the top floor all the way to the left. I'm sorry, all the way to the right.
Yeah.
There's a pair of bunk beds still up on the 12th floor. And so that tells me that whole section from first floor to 12th floor were bedrooms. Can you imagine 2 o'clock in the morning, you're trying to get some sleep and everything goes away, and next thing you know, you're either dead or looking very close at a bunch of cement that's trying to crush you.
Your day's not going to go well if you wake up dead. I know that.
Yeah.
They say there was
your whole day.
They say the building is 40 years old, and
I was wondering. There
was roof work being done on the building, but they're saying roof work shouldn't have caused a catastrophic collapse like that. But I don't know. They said the building housed more than 136 units. It's not really an older building. This is according to Charles Burkett, the mayor of Surfside, Florida.
Okay. Here's my thing and my thought process behind it. Okay, now that I know it's 40 years old, we literally can count how many hurricanes this building has withstood. Now they're also saying that that is documented that the water level in the Miami area is increasing 1 inch every 3 years, and that they're thinking that the integrity of the soil underneath could have made a impact on the building collapsing too.
Well,
so I don't know, but if you say people were working on the roof and there was construction going on the roof, maybe some of the integrity that the building was in that roof, and maybe they started messing with stuff. I'll bet you they're going to find out that somebody was messing with stuff and taking off material that they shouldn't have.
Wow. I'm thinking it's because of kind of like what you said, but it's because of the changes in the shoreline, being that's a beachfront type property. And in Florida, we have these nasty things called sinkholes. And what happens is there's a freshwater aquifer underneath all the land here. And when through construction or other projects or road projects or through nature, sometimes these waters underneath in the aquifer stop flowing in a general direction. Then the water dries up. Then you got crusty sand barely holding up millions of tons on top of it, and it's going to cave. And that's what happens a lot here in Florida. And that was my first thought, maybe a partial sinkhole, just based on the way the whole building just dropped. And that's scary.
Or a combination of it,
It almost looks like that Oklahoma City bombing of the building.
I mean, now that you mention it, let me scratch my back real quick. I got an itch.
Thank you for
itch
sharing.
an itch, or do you scratch an itch? Right?
Yes.
You ever itch an itch? Can you itch an itch?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That's a good question, though.
Just wondering.
You're bringing a lot to the show. I really appreciate your contributions.
It's the extra caffeine. I've cut out soda, and then Brenda comes home with a damn half gallon of diet Dr. Pepper with vanilla. She adds vanilla for me at the Buc-ee's. They have vanilla.
Yeah.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
How much is it for a big drink like that at Buc-ee's?
This is 79 cents.
That's perfect. That's what Speedway does too. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it has Buc-ee on it.
I'm gonna have to get over there at Daytona to check out the Buc-ee's there soon.
Yeah, we gotta go to the ocean deck one day and just sing karaoke all day. Well, I was gonna say get shit faced, but never mind.
What do you sing in a karaoke?
What's my go-to at karaoke? Yeah. American Idiot. Green Day.
I think I'm gonna do
My Own Worst Enemy, Lit. I'll do both of those.
I like that one. I think I'm gonna do Love Shack by the B-52s.
Oh God, fuck you.
If you see a faded sign at the side of the road.
No, butt crack baby. Tim Roof. Talk about being chased with a stick. I would chase that band across town with a stick.
They're saying they've been studying this area, though, and they're trying to decide whether it was settling or sinking. Now, it's too soon to know this, but apparently that's the general consensus. Look, there's certain areas that are more prone to flooding, and those same areas are usually the areas that incur the most rainfall, or the rain coming in. We're on a peninsula here in Florida. This isn't real land. It's a peninsula.
It's a sandbar. It's a huge sandbar.
So what does that tell you? You need to do like they try to do in New Orleans and build up these levees, build up this situation, because New Orleans is technically under sea level. Well, Miami is that way as well. They need to start prepping that area now. It's going to take tremendous money, tremendous funds, tremendous effort from the infrastructure, and it just needs to happen. Otherwise, I think we're going to see more stuff like that in the Miami area, and that's sad.
Yes. We got people in the chat room want to come to the ocean deck with us.
Yeah, let's go. So set up an event, Mike. Make it happen. Set it up.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Got it. There we go. Yes, ocean deck. Daytona.
Yeah.
The first karaoke bar I went to, they let you sing 2 songs in a row.
That karaoke bar?
Yeah.
Well, that may be trouble. I mean, you might not get off stage. You may get encores and stuff, right?
Well, I say that we go with Jesus of Suburbia,
yes,
which is a 9-minute and 10-second song.
Nice.
And follow it up with Stairway to Heaven, which is 6 minutes, 7 minutes long.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? We're at that time. We're about 5 left here. I want to go over to Mikeisms in case we have some new listeners today. Mike, why don't you tell us?
Stay tuned, because we will be doing another show once we're finished here. So
yes,
if you're hanging out,
another live show tonight. Yes, correct.
Tell your friends and keep on keeping on.
Tell everybody what the Mikeisms are, Mike.
Mikeisms?
Yeah.
Mikeisms are isms that Mike came up with.
There you go. It says it right in the title. We don't overcomplicate shit here.
Yeah,
simple, straightforward.
Lean and mean. Got to keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. But over time, over your lifetime, you kind of gather thoughts that you kind of rule your life by. I'm sure there's actually a formal name for it, but you come across things that like my mom. My mom always said, "Guilty by association."
I like that one. We're probably gonna have to add it. Let's just add it tonight. Just go ahead and add it.
Guilty by association. Let me find a pen.
But,
just for the fact that even if you didn't do something, but the people you hang out with and associate with are trouble. you're guilty by association. You know, if you didn't do it, well, they think you did it because you're friends.
If you get pulled over by the police and the car's loaded with drugs, guns, and money, and it's not yours, you're probably still going to jail till they get this shit sorted out. So, I mean, that's what it is.
Exactly. Doesn't matter if it was yours or the guy in the back seat. You're guilty by association.
Okay. What are the rest of them?
Well, okay, everything is fake.
That's number one. That's number one. Mikeism number one.
It sounds harsh, you know, like just a blanket statement. Everything is fake. But a lot of times, everything is fake.
Correct.
Including those people you know.
Correct. Number two, drum roll. Number two.
People are stupid.
Yes.
And it's always those people that are stupid.
Not the people that are watching or listening to this. Those other people.
Yes, just like George Carlin would always say, you know, like, they got you by the balls. Everybody's screwed. You people. Not talking about the people in the audience. No. Those other people. But, yeah. All right.
Number three.
Don't trust anyone.
Yes. Correct.
They give you a reason to trust them.
Well, I mean, you break that rule, you bend that rule sometimes with close friends and family or what have you. But for the most part, I don't know. You can't trust a lot of people. You really can't. Number four.
Don't tell anyone anything they don't need to know.
Which is what we're doing right now. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Don't tell anybody. Exactly. Well, you know, it's funny because you get pulled over by the cop and the first thing he says is, how many beers did you have? And you say only one. You're still going to jail because you were drinking, period. Don't say anything. Don't tell anybody anything they don't need to know.
Exactly. Some things are better left unsaid.
Yes.
Daryl Hall.
Where are we at? Number 5?
Number 5, measure twice, cut once. Make sure your ass is covered before you go ahead and take the jump.
Simple stuff. Even if you have to call somebody else over and say, hey, can you measure this thing for me? Because yes, do it. Because
where the heck did you get that?
Yeah, I'm pulling rulers out of my ass.
Is there a ruler? Hey, look. There's a ruler in here, too.
See? Show and tell. Nice. And what's our last one? Hey, I like it.
And a stapler.
What's the new edition?
Oh, speaking of stapler, Father's Day was this past week, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, we'll talk about it next episode.
Okay.
We did Father's Day. Guilty by association. That's one we just added now.
Self-explanatory.
Exactly. Yeah, and third-party controller says you're guilty because you're the driver and you're responsible for everyone in your car. So you go to jail. Suck it up, Buttercup.
All right,
folks.
Let me give some shout-outs here.
Mikes.com.
Yeah, let me give some shout-outs. Let me make sure I shout out my friend Gino Losi. You want to go fishing? You want to catch fish? You want to catch fish in Florida? Go to GinoLosi.com. Check out Gino's videos. The other day he did 50 fish by noontime. So that's a guy that's going to teach you how to fish in this area. Knows where the fish are. Lives with the fish, sleeps with the fish, breathes with the fish, knows the fish. Contact Gino Losi. Also contact my friends at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. Dustin Levine. They're doing wonderful things there. They just had a comedy showcase there. Wonderful group of people there. Check out some community theater. Make a donation. They love money. They love stuff. So I think we're going to check out of here, Mike. We're about 1 minute. You all right? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, let's go and take a little break, and then we'll come right back and we'll come up with more shenanigans.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, bud.
Hey, hang in there. We'll be right back.
Yep. Take care, folks.